competitions. Liverpool without a win in the last 3, missing some key players from the starting 11, Philippe Coutinho being one of them. They would no doubt have been the happier of the two.
Oh, definitely. And this was almost like a mirror image of the time they met in October, where Liverpool went into that game
in form,
in great form.
Yeah.
United were really struggling at that point to string any kind of form and fluidity together. Yet United got the result that day within the clock forward a few months, and the same thing happened at Old Trafford, where Liverpool, probably the better side, and left Old Trafford thinking that they should have won that game.
Yeah, and it's a point that no doubt would have been more welcomed by Liverpool, because for Manchester United, they can't really deal with draws. The more they try and, of course, close that gap in the top 4.
Yeah, it's also a point that would make people at home very happy, Arsenal and Chelsea as well, because obviously Liverpool losing a bit of ground on Chelsea and having Tottenham overtaking them in the table as well. But I thought tactically Liverpool was spot on. Their game plan was perfect. The way Lallana played on Carrick, the way Emre Can closed down Pogba every time, the way they pressed 2 or 3, 4 sometimes of them together at the same time, like a wolf pack, was perfect. And then Mourinho changed, had the plan B with a 4-2-3 1.5 time, then the plan C with Fellaini up front, and then the plan D, which was like just throw the ball up. Yeah. But it worked. Whatever plan worked in the end, something worked, because they came back and they were much better in the second half, United, than they were in the first.
So they went long ball, as it says on the back page.
Yeah, I was going to say, the headline, long ball. And
Klopp pop at United after Zlatan's saver. And it says ball as well, because it all got quite heated, didn't it?
It did, yeah. There was
towards the end between Jurgen Klopp and Jose Mourinho. This was after a challenge, was it not, by
Herrera.
Firmino and Herrera. And look, Klopp clearly didn't want anything to do with any peacekeeping from his opposite number.
No, it was just showed the emotion of that fixture, and also the emotion of those two managers. They kick every ball, don't they? Especially Klopp. You know, you've got to love Klopp's Klopp on the touchline. But listen, that was a cynical foul by Herrera. Firmino reacted, probably shouldn't have done. It wasn't a push in the face. I think Michael Oliver, who had an absolutely superb game. We have given referees some stick, haven't we, recently? Yeah. But I thought Oliver was absolutely superb. Really refereed the game with a lot of common sense, a lot of maturity for a young referee. And I think at the end of the day, that the 2 yellow cards for that was clearly the right outcome. But, you know, going back to Klopp, he will have been disappointed. You know, I think he's bleating a little bit about the way United won that game. They did put pressure on Liverpool with long ball second half, but there's more.
But was he bleating about it afterwards?
Well, there's more. Yeah, he was. But there's more than one way to win a game. You know, obviously he likes to play his football, but sometimes in football, if it's not going your way, mix it up.
Yeah.
You know, that's the sign of a good manager and a good team, being able to win in a different way. And although Klopp felt that, you know, he's a bit of a purist, isn't he? A bit like Pep. You couldn't imagine Pep playing the long ball.
No.
But if it gets you a win or a result, why not do it? And when you've got players like Zlatan and Fellaini, who are big, big guys and who cause defenders trouble and panic defences when there's a long ball flung in, why not play to your strength?
Well, you know what you should have said to Jurgen Klopp if he came talking about long balls? You should have shown him this. This is the statistics in terms of long balls played in the Premier League this season. Liverpool higher than Manchester United. Look at that.
I'll let you go.
Not a massive amount in it between the two of them, but higher nonetheless.
The thing is that the Premier League it's all about winning, and it doesn't matter how you win. You know, you've got to find a way to win. And okay, United didn't win this game, but because he switched the tactics to a more direct game, United got an absolute precious point there that could, at the end of the season, mean the difference between top 4 and not top 4. So I don't think you'll find Mourinho apologising for using a long ball.
No. We've seen the big players at Manchester United very much come to their fore in their winning run of late, the likes of Henrik Mkhitaryan, Zlatan Ibrahimovic and Paul Pogba. Did he not to put them ahead? And then
in games that can often make a difference, and it did make a big difference. And you know, I'm sure Julian will have his views on Pogba and it being a bad day, with especially in the wake of his emojis and his initials in the side of his hair.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a day really to be putting yourself out there like that.
No, talk about Twitter handles, and then he's talking about handling in the box for him for the penalty. But in terms of Julian, you know what you've made of Paul Pogba and his start at Manchester United, that was very much a blip from what we've seen lately of him.
Yeah, it was. I think it happens sometimes. I don't agree with Ibra about the pressure. Pogba had the pressure since he was 12 because he was always the next big thing. He was so good at a very young age. He was so good at 20 when he was at Juventus as well. The pressure is not a problem for him. What was the problem for him was that Liverpool played an absolute blinder on him. They put the pressure tactically at the right time. I don't think he was used to that kind of pressure in recent weeks, and maybe that's the way to go forward for the opposition of Manchester United, is if you want to nullify Pogba, first nullify Carrick and then put that pressure on Pogba, which will make him not having any impact on the game. And I think that was very clever, again, from Klopp, who deserves credit, and from that midfield with Wijnaldum, Henderson, and Chan and Lallana in a way as well. So that was good. Listen, it happens. The talent is still there. It's still amazing. And there's nothing wrong with the emojis. What's wrong? Steve Bates could have his own emoji. That would be amazing. SB emojis.
Maybe we should start a campaign for that.
It was just bad timing, wasn't it? You know,
that was the other thing, because you could see his name clearly on the advertising hoardings, circulating around Old Trafford. And there you've got this player who's at the centre of it all, clearly having a bit of a stink.
I just looked at Pogba on Sunday, and I thought that he got caught up in the emotion of that fixture, wanting to do well.
Yes.
Listen, there's nothing wrong with that, and I quite agree with Julien. It's a bad day. Forget it. Move on. He'll have many more good days, great days, probably against Liverpool. So I wouldn't be too worried about that. But it seemed to me he got kind of caught up in the whole atmosphere of the game and wanting to make an impact. And he did make an impact for all the wrong reasons, really. But, I think he will learn from it and move on.
And that's the issue. And that's the issue he had when he arrived as well at the club. He's tried to do too much. He over-tries. And when he over-tries, it's not good for him.
Yeah, just relax and play your game. Yeah.